In today's video, we are going to first find out that if you are at risk for falling, and then secondly, we are going to I will demonstrate on what you can start doing today to prevent a fall from occurring. Hello, my name is Eric. I am a PT, a physical therapist. I am the founder of the Gateway Group, where we specifically work with active seniors on how to increase their quality and independence of life, especially as we get older. And falling, boy, this falling has become a colossal problem for seniors. The incidence of falling is increasing year after year. Falling is now the number one cause of injury-related death for seniors. Falling is. So what is going on here? Well, I wanna first have you start to think about this a little bit differently. I'm going to start by referencing a commercial. You have all seen this commercial probably too many times at this point. It's that commercial where it's that little cute little old lady is sprawled out on her kitchen floor. She looks desperate. She looks up into the camera and gasps, "I have fallen and I cannot get up." I want you to start to think about that a little bit differently though, and this is going to really help us prevent falls. Instead of "I have fallen and I cannot get up," let's turn that around. Let's change that now to "I cannot get up, so I am going to fall." And what do I mean by that? I cannot get up, I am going to fall. What I mean is, if you are unable to lie on the floor and get yourself back up, stand back up, then that means you are at a great risk for falling. You're very susceptible to falling if you cannot stand up off the floor. Because if you are unable to get yourself up off the floor, that means you are not able to produce power anymore. And power is what prevents falls. I want you to think about power as being able to gather a lot of your strength and then use it, express it, utilize it very quickly. That is what is required to get up off the floor. Power is derived from fast twitch type 2 muscle fibers. These are magical fibers that we will depend on greatly as we get older. Fast twitch muscle fibers. Unfortunately, if we are not very diligent about focusing on exercises that recruit these fibers, then we lose them. We lose them drastically year after year. Even in our 30s, this process can start to happen. Year after year, decade after decade, we hit 60, we hit 70, and we are no longer able to effectively recruit fast twitch muscle fibers. We cannot produce power anymore. We become very susceptible to falling. When you are at risk for falling, and I know we speak a lot, we practice a lot with balance, but it is inevitable. I don't care how good your balance is, it is inevitable. Sooner or later, you're going to lose it. Whether it's that wet or icy surface you step on, the elevated sidewalk in your neighborhood, your dog runs under your feet. Sooner or later, we are all going to lose our balance. And when that happens, when that occurs, we have a split second to catch ourselves, to right ourselves, to correct our positioning, to react lightning quickly, to get that foot out, to get those arms out. In order to react in that fashion, it is dependent on our ability to recruit those fast twitch muscle fibers that produce power for us. So again, going back to the start of this, if you are unable to get up off the floor, you can no longer generate power. If you cannot generate power, when you lose your balance, you are going to fall. So what can we do about this? We have all this knowledge. Let's put it to action now. Let's put it to action. Let me demonstrate. If you are not in any pain or have any medical contraindications to exercise, you can do this right now. We're going to simulate just getting up and down off the floor. this is a perfect way to start learning on how to recruit those fast twitch muscle fibers and to produce power. Now again, if you cannot stand up and down off the floor, you are at a very, very high risk for falling. So you have to. It is in your best interest, and I would say it is imperative that you start working on this today. So we're going to get right down on our back. Very simply, I want you to turn to one side, get yourself up on your hands and knees, prop the leg up, stand up. That is it. Getting up and down off the floor and standing up. In order to do this maneuver, in order to do this movement, I have to be able to recruit fast twitch muscle fibers to produce power, to gather a lot of strength, and get myself up and off the floor. If I cannot do that, I cannot produce power, I am at a very high risk for falling. So I want you to start practicing getting up and down off the floor. If you cannot do this at this point, use an object. You can pull a chair, use a couch, something stable. Start working on getting up and down off the floor, eventually with the goal of no longer needing that external support. So again, we're down on the floor. We're going to get to one side, and I want you to practice this rolling to both sides, but I'll just show you rolling to my right today. Up, hands and knees, prop the leg up, stand up. Once you can do this maneuver, this movement safely and confidently, and this is very key, I want you to start increasing your speed. Speed of movement is also imperative as active seniors, because the faster we can move our body, under control and safely, of course, the faster we can move our body, the more and more we're going to have to recruit fast twitch muscle fibers, and that is going to make you more powerful. You'll get more and more power. You'll generate more and more power the faster you can move your body. So again, once you can do this safely, correctly, you're confident with it, start to do it faster. That's it. That is it. Right up and down off the floor, recruiting fast twitch muscle fibers, producing more and more power as you can do it faster. That is what is going to enable you to prevent a fall, especially as we get older. It's all right there. I would suggest doing this every day. Consistency is very, very key. Every day for 30 seconds, with the goal being to get faster and faster. Maybe you can do 6 now in 30 seconds. In 6 weeks from now, try to get to being able to do 8, 9, 10 in 30 seconds. That is great feedback that you are stimulating, you're recruiting those fast twitch muscle fibers, you are increasing your power, you will be much less susceptible to falling as you get older. It's right there, guys. Hope that's helpful. I will leave my email address down below if you have any questions about this. I'd love to hear from you. Want you to know also, if this really makes sense, if it resonates with you, I have produced a 30-minute video course. I call it the Core 7. The Core 7, I go into great depth, great detail on the best 7 power-producing, fast-twitch muscle fiber recruiting exercises that I feel all active seniors should be doing if you have that ideal of living life on your terms, of having that quality and independence as you get older. The Core 7 course would do you wonders, would really change your life. I will leave information down below about the course. Thank you for watching. Start today. Remember, it's not that I have fallen and cannot get up. It's I cannot get up, so I am going to fall. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.